It's the afternoon, baby. Normally I'm going like good morning, but now it's like, well, hey, now it's afternoon. Happy afternoon. Good morning. Well, happy afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. It's 1:45. Very rarely do we go live in the afternoon, but it's FOMC meeting, baby. It's FOMC meeting. Time to party. That's my little. I'm calling the money. I'm calling the money, baby. I'm calling the money. Come on over here, baby. Just come on over here. Whew. The money bugle. There we go. The money bugle. The dollar been selling off all day long here. Dollar just down. Dollar down. Dollar down. Dollar down. Oh, look, it's Sukhmanpreet Singh. Scammer is here. Are you here? Welcome, bro. I'm not even going to ban him because I feel bad because he's so helpless in life that here he is. He's even letting us know that he's a scammer. I feel bad for him. Hey, Sukhmanpreet Singh, are you looking for a job still? Because I'm not hiring. I'm not hiring, bro. I'm not hiring. I don't want your services. Thank you, though. I don't want your services. Thank you. Please go on. Please leave. Please leave. Thank you very much. There, you can see yourself to the door. Oh. All right. Let's look at what's going on here on the ES, the NASDAQ right now. We got the ES pulling back. We're below the VWAP here. We got a pivot point down there at the 14s. No, that's not a pivot point. That looks like a pivot point. This is a straight line. We got the pivot point on the ES down there at the 07s. I got to go grab my headphone. BRB. I got so many fans. I got so many men that are just obsessed with me. I love it. I love it. So many full-grown men just have a massive obsession for me. Whew. If only the women liked me the same way that the boys do, I'd be a lot happier. All right. Taking a look here at the 15-minute chart on the ES right now. The ES basically pulling back to the open. We are back to the open, that 420 area, 419 right now. We are back to the open. Back to the open. So the plan, like always, whoa. The plan is to just kind of, look for opportunity here today. We know that the FOMC loves to do fake outs. We get those big pops up, the drops, the big pops, the drops, the big pops. So, we'll kind of see how she plays out here. Should be some good volatility either way. We have these pivot points. Keep the pivot points in mind. The that 440 area on the ES earlier was resistance. So that 440 area, the support down there like the 414s. And then I would say, 407, 400 level down there. Kind of what you want to make sure. For the bulls, if we do get a dip here when these numbers come out, it's kind of like we want to basically hold, that 4,400 area. I would say below 43.80, things get dicey really quickly for the bulls. So, you know, you got that 390 pivot point, got that 407 pivot point. So I don't want to jinx it. You know, I don't want to jinx it, but I do. For some reason, I'm feeling bullish here today. I'm feeling like, you know, this market's rigged and it's only going to go up forever. Just because everyone's so bearish. Everybody thinks the market's going to zero, and I'm like, well, if everybody thinks the market's going to crash, then let's go long. There's a reason 90% of day traders lose money. It's not because they're right. It's because they're wrong 90% of the time. So that's a good thesis. Dip and rip, then sell off at the end or tomorrow. Okay, so that's a nice little idea. Or we just go straight to the moon. I'm interested to see what the guy on Twitter that's today, he was down like $500,000 on his puts. I want to see what happens next. Oh gosh. They're really like, there's no reason to ever, I mean, no, even if your risk tolerance is like, there's just no reason to be down $500,000 on any position, even if you have a $10 million account. I mean, you got no reason. There's just no reason. You can always re-enter. Get stopped out, you can always re-enter. There's just no reason to ever be down that much. Miss Angela bought the course. Appreciate the simplicity. Let's go. Appreciate your support, Angela. We're here. People say that I hate on the women traders. Hey, nothing I want to see more than seeing them women traders killing in the market. I've always said, you know, there's serious data that proves that women are actually better traders than men. Men just got too much of an ego. We always trying to be right, you know? We always trying to be right. And at the end of the day, being right don't matter. When it comes to trading, it don't matter if you're wrong, if you're right. It matters, did you make money? Let's see what happens. We got right there the VWAP right now on the NASDAQ. I mean, at this point, it really, nothing matters here. Other than the idea of this thing just going straight to the moon. Getting lots of action here today. So, lots of action. Lots of party time. Party, party, drink Bacardi. All right. All right, all right. Let's see how she goes. We got about 8 minutes here until the numbers come out. If you guys haven't already hit that like button, help me out. Blow up that like button. It's free to like, by the way. I mean, I'd have no problem having if my wife or my girlfriend was like, hey, I want to learn to trade. I'd be like, let's go, baby. I'll teach you. I teach you. I just don't want to talk about it at dinner, though. You know, like we trade and then let's not talk about it the rest of the day. Because that's the one nice thing about like hanging out with people who don't trade is I don't want to talk about trading like all the time. Like I hang out with people sometimes and they ask me a million questions about trading. I'm like, I don't want every conversation in my whole entire life to be about trading. I'd sit on the internet and talk about fucking day trading all day long. Like the last thing I want to do is go to dinner and sit there and talk about trading more. So that is the one issue. If you were dating somebody who traded as well, you have to, I don't want to sit there and, you know, have to talk about trading the whole time. So the way I look at it. All right. There you go. Best job in the world. Trade for 2 hours and then not think about it for the rest of the day. I agree. That's my goal in life. Make money, be done, enjoy life. If I don't make money, still just walk away, be done, come back the next day. All right, we're getting ready for the Getting ready for the FOMC. Basically, you got the numbers that come out here at 2 o'clock, and then you got the press conference at 2:30. So a lot of times what we've seen is basically, you know, a big move followed up by a big move, and then during the press conference, another big move in the totally opposite direction. So there's an old saying that normally the first move is the fake out, and then you get the real move. But then the problem is then you get the press conference as well. That's like another whole 30 minutes of action. So let's see what happens. What are the odds that they pause on rate hike? I'd say 0. But that's why the markets are the markets, and not just Patrick Wieland controls the world. I don't believe that Powell's going to change the messaging. They're going to stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. They're doing exactly what they wanted to do. Bring inflation down. We'll see. That's the best part about it. We'll find out. Put on some glasses. Not right now, Chris. I'm focused. We got to make some money today. So you can see right now on the book map, kind of just clearing out the liquidity here going into FOMC. Everybody's taking their orders off of the book. That's why we get these big volatile moves, because pretty much, you know, what happens is all that liquidity just starts to disappear. Nobody wants to participate. Everyone's waiting to figure out which way the market's going to go. And that's why you get these big moves up and down, because it's basically just a wild whipsaw ride until basically, you know, they start stepping in. Once the buyers or the sellers start stepping in, then it's like, then you start getting that liquidity coming back in. But for right now, you know, going into the meeting here, into the interest rate decision, kind of what we look at here. Down to the 15,000 and then back up. Oh, that's about a 130-point move. That would be, I think that might be a little bit much. We'll see though. Yeah, there's liquidity on the NASDAQ right now up there at the 213 area. Not really much to the downside here. If you guys haven't already hit that like button, help me out, blow up that like button. It's free to like, by the way. $2 a.m. in Malaysia. Woo! Tuning in late night action. How can you trade with zero emotions? Be a robot, I guess. It's impossible. At the end of the day, I mean, everybody's gonna have emotions. It's not so much that you have to trade with zero emotions. It's just about being able to control the emotions, you know, like being able to recognize when you go on tilt, being able to understand the emotions, you know, that's the name of the game. The best traders in the world, I mean, everybody's got emotions. Just, it's part of life. Right now, we got about 2 minutes, man. Anticipation. Woo. Woo. Here we go, baby. La 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 la. 45 seconds. The anticipation. All right. So the poll right now says we're going to go up. 27% say we're going to go down. 73% can say we're going to go up. Interesting poll. We'll find out. Are the retail traders going to be right today? Are the retail traders gonna be right in their anticipation here? Let's find out. Getting very tight going into the numbers here. Very tight. Look at the price action right now. Just sitting right there at the 40s. You got the 180 pivot on the NASDAQ up there, and then up there the 220s possible after the 180 pivot, I think. The high of day, 220, 210 area there on the NASDAQ. There's that dip. Dip down there to the 100s now. Down there to the 90s. See if they're going to rip this back up here. The numbers are out. We're ripping down. The NASDAQ down there to the 80, 90 level. The ES selling off. She's dipping. Dipping hard. Right now, a little pushback up there to the hundreds. Is this the dip before the rip? Or just the dip, dip, dip? Pretty dippy right now. Down there to the 70s. Right there at that pivot point now on the NASDAQ. Down there to the 60s. Looking like 50s coming up next there. Down there to the 40s. Still just dipping hard here. No pushback up yet. The ES off the charts right now. The dollar straight up here. NASDAQ pausing at the 60s for now. And ripping back up here to the 88s. That 100 area is going to be a key level. 15,100s for the NASDAQ to get back above that. For the bulls to stay in control here. Try to get this push back up here now. Needs to rip through like the 120. Get back to the VWAP area here. Lots of volatility. FOMC, baby. Got denied there at the hundreds again. All I can see is get back above 100 there, 15,100 area, and then start pushing strong. They're going to get that dip in the rip. Right now, it's just dip, dip, dip. Down there to the 50s again here on the NASDAQ. Trouble. No real bounce back yet. Will this be a double bottom here? The NASDAQ, the ES at that low. The ES at the 4,400s here. You got to bounce. I would say if we lose 400 support on the ES, we go down there to the 95s next. Got to hold that 400 level. Get this to shoot back up. Trouble. Right now, the ES holding up there at the 400s right now. The NASDAQ at the 53s here. We need to push back up to the hundreds quickly. So holding here at the 50s right now on the NASDAQ. See that 70 pivot point holding us down there. Down there to the 20s. NASDAQ just dumping right now. The retail poll played out perfectly here. By the way, interesting. The NASDAQ just sell right now. Down there to the 15,000s. I don't know what to do here. No bounces as yet. Just sell through this. Pretty wild. Still dumping. Book map down there to the 75s now. See if I can get into the 60s here. 76 lows so far. Book map came and hold on right now with this thing. The dollar going straight up here. That 80 level, that 4,380 level on the ES holding, that was we talked about earlier, that pivot kind of point area. And there's that rip back up now on the NASDAQ. ES also pushing back up here. they're going to push this back up from here now. I can see it push like into the 40s from here. Look at my trade. Just trading 5 micros right now. This action's insane. See if it pushes up back to the 40s here. There we go. Looking for up in the 40s. I'll sell 3 here at 41, possibly. Thinking probably there at 41. I got 2 left there. Just about to break even. See if we can get a runner back up into the 50s from here. Which watching that possible reversal off of that 80 area on the ES. Put an order up there in the 50s. We'll say, let's go 55s here. There we go, into the 50s now. Should be able to take out 55 here. Getting filled there, 1 at 55 now. Still ripping. See what happens from here, possibly into the 70s next. I'll just leave this 1 runner on there and see what happens. See if we can get some crazy action. 1 micro contract right now. We got that pivot point there at the 70s. We got about 19 minutes until the actual FOMC press conference. Pulling back here, we pushed up there to that 21 EMA there on the NASDAQ area. Pulling back now. See what they do here. Just solve the chat problem real quick. It got him. That's funny. Trying to figure out what to do here. Wait for the press conference at 2:30 probably. Right now we are up on the day right now, just up $1,000 here. I was watching that possible, trying to get that bounce back. I wanted that pushback above the 100 there on that little push on that sell off. We got right there to the 100 on this candle, but it was like literally for a split second. I would have wanted to basically get this breakout and then start to push back up like that, but we just did not get that breakout. So it was like kind of just thinking that we might chop around here before pushing back up, and just wasn't loving that price action there. The chat survey, the chat poll might have been a good indicator there. Too many bulls. It was 73% thought we were going to go up. Whoopsies. ES down there below the 400s again, testing the 80 level. This is that key level. We want the bulls to be able to protect that level there. Below that 380 level, the bulls get in trouble. Bulls get in trouble below that level. Papa Powell is on at 2:30, right? 2:30 press conference, I believe. $2:30 press conference for Papa Powell. Wow, look at, did I tell you or did I tell you this? Everybody said that there was a 93% chance that they were going to pause. Did I tell you? Or did I tell you? The Fed keeps rates steady, but bolsters rate hike outlook. I mean, I don't want to say I told you so, but the NASDAQ, the ES sitting right now above this pivot point there at the 4,999,999, 15,000 area. 15,000. There's a pivot point right there at the 14,990s. ES looking weak. The NASDAQ looking weak here. If we sell through that 15,000 area here, bounce again. Little rip back up there. I like that 15,000 support. Little like double, triple bottom thingy here. You know, the book map right now, there's liquidity down there at the 950s. 14,950 on the book map right now for the NASDAQ. So if we lose this 15,000 support, I think we possibly get down there to that liquidity there. But also a dangerous spot for a possible rip back up here. Good spot to get squeezed at. Once again, that kind of low on that 83 level there on the ES. We sell through there. Not looking good for the bulls. The low on the NASDAQ so far is the 76s here. Bunch of liquidity sitting down there at the 90s now. But they're holding up there at that pivot point there. I like that pivot point at the 990s, holding up there. The ES basically holding that low again there at the 83s. NASDAQ on a little rip back up here. That 21 EMA acted as resistance for the last like 15 minutes here. See what happens here at that 15 EMA, 21 EMA there. They're going to get stuck there again. Possibly get a push back up into the 50s here if they can get through this 21 EMA. Got a bunch of liquidity sitting there on the book map right now at the 50s. '21 EMA acting as resistance there again. That was right there to that 21 EMA again. Getting tighter and tighter down here off this 15,000 level. We're either going to finally break through that support there at the 83s on the ES and move down. Or we're going to start to push back up here, I would say. Obviously, 50-50 chance, right? Hey! Oh, God. Right now, sitting right there at that 21 EMA there. We got the press conference starting here in a minute. Jay Powell will be speaking, talking about the future of the interest rates and all that blah, blah, blah stuff. Market trying to get through this 21 EMA, both on the NASDAQ and on the ES. That 50 area on the book map, like I said, still sitting there pretty heavy right now. So see if they're going to push it to the 50s here. Up there into the 40s now. Look at that volume coming in there. Seeing those bubbles really grow on the book map here. That's the volume coming in there. Anything can happen when Powell starts speaking. He coughs, he looks up, looks down, all the signals. You never know. The NASDAQ right now, looking at that 50 area sitting up there. There's that 50 push. Oh, the volatility, baby. The volatility. Got the ES trying to push up above that 21 EMA. The ES needs to get above that 95 level here. Trying to hold this kind of trend line, push back up here. The NASDAQ above the 21 for a minute. And back down here. The ES NASDAQ getting stuck there. Kind of looking at pivot points here. Get that pivot point on the NASDAQ at the 71s. This thing starts bulling out. I think we go to that pivot point there at the 70s. Kind of bulling out right now, but got to get through that 55 next. ES not really doing much here. It's just kind of stuck at the 90s right now on the ES. There goes 96s on the ES. See if they push it to that pivot point there on the NASDAQ next. Up there through the 60s to the 70s. And there you go to the 70s now. I'm making money on it. Yes. Get that push up there to the 70, what was that? 71 on that push up. So Powell is currently speaking. See if he can calm the markets down. Can he calm it down? On the book map right now, a bunch of liquidity sitting there at the 60s. Get through that 60 level, and then you're looking that pivot point right there at the 70s again. I can see a quick move up to the 70s there, through the 60s if they get through that liquidity there. Tapping 60s there. I want to see this thing just start ripping. We get through that pivot point there. Got to get through 60s, 70s strong. There's that little rip up there through the 70s. Thank you very much. Up there to the 80s. Currently long right now, looking for this push up there, taking some profit as we push up here through the 80s, looking for a little bit more there. And we're still going. There we go, into the 90s. I got one contract left now. Long from the 45s here. See if we can push up all the way to that VWAP next. VWAP at the 118s. Or 100 level. 94 sitting there on the book map. Did I literally just say we want to get this break right through the 70s and just squeeze straight up here? LOL. LOL. Through the hundreds now. The rip is real. Will we get to the VWAP there? VWAP at the 13s. I'd say bears getting squeezed out there for now. See what happens here. We got that pivot point there at the 72s on the NASDAQ. Do they find some support there again? Market needs to just push right through that VWAP area for the bulls here. Trying to get up there through the VWAP now. Can we get through the hundreds strong here? Push it through, push it through, push it through, baby. There we go to the 110s, to the VWAP there. I added to my position right here at the 82s on that pullback. Looking for that move up there to the VWAP. And we'll see if we can get all the way through the VWAP there. We're pretty much right there. You can see liquidity on the book map right now sitting up there at the kind of 30 level, 20, 30s. Another little pullback here. Lots of volatility with Powell speaking, obviously. Back to that pivot point there again at the 70s. We push right up there to the VWAP area. I mean, we're pretty much getting back up there to where this whole move started in the first place. So quite the recovery here. Now that target's going to be trying to get through that VWAP up there to the 120s. Get through that VWAP there. You got the 120 sitting there next, kind of mental. That's right where we kind of started this move at earlier. Powell pumping it up to the VWAP again. Tapping the VWAP once again there. Can they eat through the VWAP up to the 20s next? On the book map, you see that 25 liquidity sitting there. Lots of volatility right here. Ooh, baby, you gotta love FOMC days. Yeah, gotta love FOMC days, baby. Would love to see a rip just right there through the 20s here. Show the strength. Got to get through that VWAP. See how tight we're getting there on the NASDAQ at the VWAP right now. Just getting very tight. Pivot point there at the 70s. VWAP there at the 13, 15 area. Should get through there though. Look at the book map right now. Not looking wild right now. Not a lot of liquidity sitting like in major areas. It's very kind of all over the place here. That 25 still sitting up there though. They can get back above VWAP, then it's off to the races here. Everyone's got their eye on that VWAP area. Someone's buying big right here, 15,100. Some big orders coming through there. On the book right now. Someone's loading up. Somebody knows something. Will they break through VWAP here? 10s. 110 again, tapping it. 15, get through that 15, go to the 25s next. And there you go. Up there to 25. 30s. Somebody knew something. I told you somebody big was buying there, baby. Let's fucking go. We're still long for the 96s. Looking for this push up through the 30s now. I'm gonna take it off right there. 33s. LOL. Through the 40s now. Come on, people. Let's fucking go. The Bulls are back, baby. Daddy Powell came to save the day. He said, no, 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 everybody. Don't you worry. We're going up, up, up. Wowzers. Kind of impressive day here for me, at least in terms of what I was trading. I was trading the micros in my Trade Evade account. Just trading this volatility. And you can see on the day right now, up $1,900 trading the micros. Kind of funny. Kind of funny, I would say. Comedy. Who's making $2,000 trading the micros? Who? Who? The reason I trade the micros here is because, you know, with trading large size, like I don't need insane volatility with trading large size. You really don't. And I kind of just went into this FOMC meeting day as like, hey, we trade the micros. We can still make plenty of money. We don't need to put on massive risk. And, you know, we made $17,000 yesterday. Like, do I really need to Like, I think tomorrow, you know, Thursday, Friday, we'll get some better moves in the market with not all the insane volatility. So I think for the FOMC meeting, you're better off just kind of either trading micros or sizing down, you know, so. But it's funny, if you look at all of my trades here, I had a position open pretty much all the way from the bottom down there on this move. So you can see opening up position right here. Where is it? Right there at the 15,007, selling into this push up to the 53s. That's about a 40 handle move. Selling more, selling the final one there at 64, adding here at the 49s, adding 49, 45, selling 75, selling 75, selling 89, adding here again at the 82s, selling here at the 108s, adding here at the 93s, adding here at the 93, 96s, selling here 25 and 33s. So pretty cut and dry. I mean, this was very much the market flow trader type of setup, you know, that we're trading every day in the market flow community. You can see Rob right here making $700 in the chat right now. Everybody, Isaiah making $1,700. So, you know, the secret here is just looking for these little breakouts. Basically, you know, buying these little breakout dips. Yeah, like there's breakouts. It's a little bit easier to see them on the 500 tick chart, but basically just buying these little dips. Dips, rips, dips. So